Inset and Extrude. So we're going to start off with a simple box. And we either may adjust it a little bit. Let's make it 50 by 50 by 40 just for giggles. Okay. We're going to go ahead and give it a few more vertices than what we've got right here. Let's do at least just 2 here, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay. So let's see the changes that you see here. What it has done is broke this view and this view up in here into 2 different ones. I've got another box brewing here, but that's okay. I'll just take box, I'll click it, and I'll hit delete. Oops. I'll right click it, and I'll hit delete. I'll click it, and I'll hit delete. There we go. All right. And I may move it a little bit using the move function. And using my move button here, I'll collect the box, and I'll bring it. Collect the box, and we'll bring it up and over. How about up? There we go. All right. So now let's talk about doing some extrude and inset with it. So first of all, with this box chosen, which we're going to leave it named box right now, but just to remind you, if we double click on it, we can retype anything in. And I'm going to leave it pink for right now. We're going to go to Edit Poly. And from Edit Poly, if we want to change the segments or if we want to change the size, we can. But what we're going to do is go to Modifier List. And down on Modifier List, the first thing we're going to find on Modifier List is Edit Polygon. And it should be under the E, so it shouldn't be too far. ABC Edit Poly, there we go. And so under Edit Poly, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to edit a face of this thing. So we click on Polygon. And then any polygon that we click, notice this one's in 2. This one's only in 1, but any polygon that we click, it's going to be able to do something to it. So I'm going to click on this one, and you'll notice the top is highlighted, and then I'm going to hit Inset. And then Inset pops in, and it talks about by polygon or by group. I'm going to go by polygon on this one, and I'm going to inset this thing. We're going to go 4. I'm at check mark. And so what it has done is it has created a new face 4 steps in from the other one. So let's look down here. I'm going to change this top over here to shaded. And I'm going to go click it and roll it in a little bit. And Jack. I'm going to X out of this for a moment. I'm going to check it. And I'm going to grab my pan view for a moment. I'll pull this guy over here where I can see it. And then again, I'm going to hit move for a moment. And I'm going to select. And I didn't actually get that done. So I'm going to hit Inset. Again, there it is. And I'm going to hit check mark. And so now I've got a face within a face, so I can do something to either one of these 2 things. Now I'm going to do what's called Extrude. So I'm going to click on Extrude. And again, this guy here is going to be a group, local, or by polygon. And we're probably just going to be talking about, I think, by polygon again here. And I'm going to extrude it in a negative amount, -5, and hit check mark. And so what you'll see in the regular view here, this is kind of difficult to see in this view, but I could go and look at the wireframe here. I'm going to go over and use my zoom tool and zoom in. Do you see how that's kind of made another little box inside? And you can see that from here, I've kind of started hollowing out the top of that box. And if I hit check mark again, it'll go ahead and accept that change. So now I've actually got a little hollowed out part in my box that I'm working on. So these are a couple things that we'll use. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. I'm going to hit back to polygon here again. And so I'm going to choose face. And this time I'm going to choose both sides, and I'm going to hit Control and lock those down. And I'm just going to see if I can inset this as again. So if I inset them this way, it'll inset both of them. I wonder if I hit by group. Yeah, there we go. If I hit by group, it would only inset one. So that's kind of fun. So notice here again, I can go by polygon and get 2 faces out of it, or I can go by group and do something else to it. All right, so let's take a look. And this time I'm going to go ahead and just say by group, or I'm sorry, by polygon. And I'm going to look at both of these faces now, inset. I'm going to pick the bottom one for a minute. I'm going to extrude. And this time, instead of a -5, I'm going to extrude that thing a positive number. I'm going to extrude at 10. So this should actually jut out from the figure. And it did. All right, so again, we can see this in a couple of different views depending on what we want to do. I can grab this guy and move him around, grab this guy a little bit and move him around. And I think it's probably you can best, I'm going to just hit check mark again. You can best see it probably here in this left. I've jutted it out a little bit. And now if I want to make the thing taper, and now I can go down here to uniform scale, and I'm still on polygon face. I've still got this selected. So I'm going to choose the triangle here, and I'm going to scale it down the whole thing. And so it's going to actually bevel this dude down as much as I want to, and I'm going to keep bringing it down. And so this is a way that I can use extrude and then all of a sudden create a beveled angle on it of some sort. Depending on the time you use this and how much you extrude it, you can do different things with this. But both of these things are going to be handy for the next couple of lessons. And there's your quick lesson. Thanks.